guys, it's Jodie from Unconventional Cross Stitch. How are you? It is a beautiful and clammy kind of day in Perth, WA here. Yeah, legitimately clammy. So I think we finally started to hit into summer. Woohoo! I mean, I've been waiting forever for this so I can swim. So I've got a lot to go through, so I have written it all down so that I can actually remember what the heck I'm meant to be blah-blahing about. So where are we up to? Adding 32mm minders. Now I know I have an example of that here somewhere. So that's a 32 minder, button badge style. So it's a lot bigger than the 25. I don't really have a 25 floating around, unfortunately, for comparison's sake, but they're 32, so they're a lot bigger. They're just as strong. It's just for people who want more more needles. Oh, can't even get my words out right. More needles on there than a small one. So you know, they're pretty versatile. They're pretty awesome, and again, handmade by moi. So I am working on changing up the website and Etsy as well to include as many of the 32 as I can. Not all designs are really sort of compatible with 32, so not all of them will come out. But if there is a particular either artist or a particular one of my designs that you'd like to see as a 32, don't hesitate to ask. I love questions. So that's where I'm up to on that. I'm gonna also scrub out as I go because I've got too much to blah blah. Trying to add more real photos in there. Prior to that, they were all digital, and that was just purely a convenience thing to try and get the website up and functional early on, rather than waiting until say now and you know, only just launching now. So that's where we're up with that. So more real photos of needle minders are coming. That's in the sort of button badge style ones, and I'm going to change up the badges on there a bit as well so that you can select individual ones instead of just a mix and match. So that's that. Christmas is literally around the corner. I'm looking at the date now. Holy cow, we're on the 3rd. We're on the 3rd already. Oh my lord. I'm scratching my head because I'm just like, oh, I feel like I lost a week. I did technically lose a week because I've had a few health woes, so I didn't get to stitch at all or do anything fun. So I've had a few problems there. But yeah, Christmas is just around the corner. Now don't forget, we have the awesome Secret Santa that we run every year as part of Unconventional Cross Stitch, and every year I commission Kaya, one of our artists, to do an awesome dragon. Isn't she cute? That is my little punk dragon to add to the baby dragon collection. And her pattern goes out free with every purchase of the Secret Santa that we do. And that comes out the same time as you get your Secret Santa. You get it before anybody else does. I'm not going to be launching the baby punk dragon until at least February retail. So you're getting this really cool like advanced delivery of a pattern, and you're getting it for free. So who doesn't love a freebie? But the Secret Santa is tying up on the 10th of December. So if you're thinking about getting in on it, you've got to get in now before you run out of time, because we can't accept late entries because I allocate all the partners. So the way it works is go to my website, I'll put the link below. If you prefer Etsy, I'll put Etsy's link in there as well. And what you do is you buy it. It'll cost you 20 Aussie dollars, which is no different to buying like one of my artist's patterns. And then you pick up to 3 of your favorite patterns. So you know, you can pick any, like what could we give as an example? Maybe like the feathered dragon, the neo dragon, and the fairy dragon. Let's just go with that for example. And you send through those 3 favorites to me, and I collect all that info, and then after the 10th I'll be going through and allocating you a partner. So someone else will get your choices, and then that person picks one of the up to 3 favorites that you've picked, and that's the one you'll receive. So it's a really cool, fun thing to do. It's a Secret Santa, but you know you're going to get something you like rather than something you maybe don't. I mean, I've had Christmases where like diabetics got given chocolate. Doesn't really work. So I've definitely built this around, you know, people's personal tastes in mind, especially because we do cater to so many tastes, and we really do for every taste we've got. So I don't want to be giving people patterns they don't like. So that's it. And then I'll send out before Christmas this year, because I'm away. I'll send out that pattern, and I'll send you out the free one, which again is my little punk dragon. Oh, he's so cute! I love the little punky. So yep, that'll all go out. So we've got that going on. Now on that subject, scratch another one off my list. Oh, pardon my regrowth as well. My hubby does my hair dye. I'm a bit behind and I look really old. Oh, I think that's just my sinus infection wreaking havoc. Oh, you know, pushing right here. Oh, feels so good. One moment. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, so on that subject, I'm going away for the first Christmas like ever. Decided that's it, I'm out. I want to go away for Christmas. So I'm away from the 22nd, sorry, of December for about 10 days. So if you need anything, definitely get in before that date, because you know, once you miss those cutoffs, that's it. Like, I'm gone. I'm not even in the country, so I can't help you in any shape or form if you need an order stat. So get your orders in now, but I will be contactable. I am going to have like a daily check-in on things, so you know, I'm not going to just vanish. I wouldn't do that to you guys. And besides, I love you all too much, so I couldn't possibly just vanish. So we've got that, and I've done the Secret Santa. Where else are we up to? 2019. Let's talk about that, because, well, that might as well be around the corner too. We are so close. So I've decided that 2019 will be the year for me to really focus on patterns and celebrations and holidays, rather than running stitch-alongs or competitions or anything like that. And I've had a lot of problems with Facebook. 3 months ago, my little create event button disappeared on my desktop version of Facebook for my group, Unconventional Cross Stitch fan group. So that disappeared, and that was a bit of a boggle. And I have written to Facebook every month going, where did it go? I've tried clearing all my history and my cookies and everything else, and this button isn't coming back for me. It only exists on my mobile, and trying to make an event on my mobile is a nightmare. So can you help a girl out? They haven't got back to me. I don't know what's going on, because some of the members have said, yeah, I've got the button, and shown me, and my button is not there. So if anyone in that group would like to volunteer to start up a Stitched Up weekend event next year, you're more than welcome to. I fully support it. It would be awesome to see it back. It's just that because I can't create events from my Facebook on my desktop, it's pretty much impossible for me to set up the weekly events. So if a group of you want to get together and start doing like a weekly event on the group, I mean, that's what the group's there for. If you want to do anything unconventional cross stitch related and pop that in the group, go for it. That's what it's there for. So use it, love it, abuse it in a nice way. So yeah, that's what that's there for. So that's where we're at there. I am smashing out my to talk about goals. So we've just got through all the competitions as well. Every year I volunteer at our local show in the pavilion to help set up and receive entries. It's a really awesome thing. The community there is really cool, and I get to be a more involved part of my community. But it's also a time where I enter the local shows and put some finished cross stitch works in. And the reason I started doing that was to try and get more awareness for people about what is out there, that it's not all just flowers and girly and very traditional, that there's a lot of extreme badass stuff out there. And so I started doing it, and I've really enjoyed doing it, and I've noticed that since I started doing it, there's been a lot more entries of cross stitch, which has been awesome. It's been really great to see. So I'm hoping to continue to encourage people to enter, and remind everyone that you don't have to stitch a rose. There's lots out there like sugar skulls and zombies and steampunk, so there's a lot of cool stuff. So I entered the Osborne Park show and the Wanneroo show, both agricultural shows. And in Osborne Park, Octavius the Time Travelling Ferret got first. Oh, where's my screen gone? Octavius the Time Travelling Ferret got first, and my Cigar Smoking Hippo got second. And then in the Wanneroo show, I got second for the Cigar Smoking Hippo again, which I thought was really cool. Normally I've seen that in these competitions, different pieces win different awards, and I guess that's just the diversity in our judges, I think. So, you know, they've got eyes for different particular parts, or they might have a different speciality within the needlecraft world. So that was really cool to see that the Cigar Smoking Hippo won twice for the same prize with 2 different shows. So I'm kind of glad that's all over now. Now I can focus on hopefully stitching next year. What's going to go in? Fire and Ember set. I keep calling it a sal because it was a sal. Fire and Ember will go in. Possibly Nostalgia will go in, that I'm working on now, and then Zombie Shake, and I'm going to do a couple other smaller pieces, so they'll start getting framed next year. Well, Fire and Ember's already framed, so we'll be doing that. I had a bit of an experiment with necklaces as well. I don't know, there we go. Oh, it kind of focused. Oh, this camera is so bad for focusing. Is it kind of... Focus! Nah, it's not going to focus for me. So anyway, I've made a couple of necklaces too recently. I haven't uploaded them because I've been really hectic with pattern designs and changes within... I mean, Etsy keep changing things. It's quite hard to keep up with them, but the new way that they're paying me and taking fees, it's kind of made things a bit more expensive for me, and US dollars became a little impractical. So there's a lot of changes going on there as I try and navigate Etsy's continual changes. So we've got that all going on. What am I reading at the moment? What am I reading? I've completely forgotten what it's called. It's a Trudy book. It's about magicians. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'll have to update you on that next time, but it's a pretty good book. I'll show you my work in progress. Ugh. Here is my work in progress that you can't really see because I have the pattern on there at the moment. I have to excuse the lighting. The lighting's really off too. It's very blue at the moment, my lighting, but this is not blue. This is actually white. Gosh, my color in my video is really, really off. So I apologize for that, but that's where I'm up to on my Nostalgia, despite the crappy lighting. Oh well. So that's where I'm up to on her. I'm going to call it a her. Sometimes I call it a him. That's where I'm up to on it. It's been a really cruisy stitch. I've really enjoyed this one because one half of it is very like sort of, there's a lot of confetti, and in the other half there's a lot of solid blocks. Like, and solid block for me means there's just big chunks of colour. So it breaks it up really nicely so that I'm doing like confetti, 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 and I'm like, ooh, had enough, go over to the other side, and I'm like, ah, cruisy, and I smash that out really quick, and then, you know, I weave back to the other side for confetti. So that's been really cool. I'm enjoying all the colours. Like, there is every colour of the rainbow in Nostalgia, so it doesn't really get boring. It's not like constant single colours. So I've been doing that one. I'm going to kit up the Scarab Beetle and my new Boo pattern as the new starts for Littlies, because I like doing the Littlies. I like feeling a sense of achievement with finishing a pattern now and again. So I go to, oh, excuse me, I'll start them soon. Where else are we at? I mean, we've got only 2 weeks left of school now, so that's not too far until I've got kids full time for a couple of months. So I'll probably do more YouTube, but with husband being back for a 6-week break as well, I don't like doing the videos when he's around. I don't know why. I get really self-conscious, and my videos are something I like to do when it's just me or the kids. The kids don't really bother me, but you know, the kids will be quite happy to run around butt naked. So maybe that's why I don't mind like doing it with the kids around, because they've got no fear and no worries. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for the school holidays, though. It means no more like fighting them on homework, because I don't like homework. You know, when you have kids, no one says, hey, by the way, fun fact, you get to do school all over again. Lucky you, but this time you get to be a parent. I reckon doing school again, but as a parent, is worse. Because I remember how much I hated school. I was not a fan. So I have a lot of headbutts, I think, with the school. And yeah, so I think if I don't think it's right, I'm not going to do it. And I hate homework, so we bump heads a lot on that, I think, because, you know, the kids are there practically for a full-time day job. So when they come home, I don't want them having to sit there for another couple of hours doing homework. I want them outside and playing and doing what kids are meant to be doing, which is being active. So I'm really excited for that, and sleep-ins and all that sort of stuff. Oh, I love sleep-ins. Sleep-ins in the pub. Oh, season 5 of Vikings just came out on Netflix, so I've been staying up pretty late trying to get through that so that I can go back to Grimm. 123 episodes, and I feel like it's just taking me forever. Are these episodes just super long? A Grimm episode's just like an hour and a half or something. I feel like I should be finished by now. I feel like I've been watching Grimm for months, and I'm only almost at the end, I think, of season 3, and there's 6 seasons on Netflix for Australia anyway. I think over in the US, like, well, you guys have at least double our catalogue, so you probably have a heap more. Like, you've got all the new what are they called, American Horror Stories, and the last one we had was Roanoke. I am really hanging out for another one to come out on Netflix, and they haven't delivered for me. But mind you, they've just brought out season 5 of Vikings, so maybe they're not too far behind on another American Horror Story. My favourite out of those so far has been Coven. I think that one was really cool. There was another one, Freak Show. Freak Show I enjoyed too, but I've always loved curiosities and, you know, unusual creepy things. I'm a big horror fan. My screen keeps dying. Yes, and then I forget what I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm a bit of a Netflix buff, and I think you can tell that too, because I was aiming for 60 books this year, 10 more than last year, and I haven't made it to 50 even. I think I'm up to 35, and previously, before Netflix, all I would do is listen to audiobooks, and now I've kind of fallen off the bandwagon a bit, but then hubby's around more too, so maybe that's it too, but I feel a bit disappointed in myself. Have I mentioned how much my nose hurts? For those not familiar with sinus infections, and this one's quite unusual for me. Normally when my sinus gets unhappy with me, it's like having a cold and your nose runs, but it's not mucus, it's sinus fluid. So it's like this bright yellow, just purely runny liquid leaking out of you. It's horrible, absolutely horrible. But this time, nothing is leaking out of me. Everything just seized up, and my face hurt and my neck hurt, and then I couldn't focus right, and then the real kicker was that it felt like someone had shoved my nose right where the bone ends, and they were just pushing constantly there, and I was like, that's it, I can't deal with this, something is wrong with me, I'm going to go see the doctor. So I went and saw the doc, and he poked me really vigorously. Ow. He was not like, I just wanted to, you know. Yeah, and he's like, oh, it's sinus, take antibiotics. I'm like, oh, but 9 times out of 10, a sinus infection is viral. So is this really going to help me, or am I just going to, you know, take antibiotics for funsies? Anyway, I'm in pain, so I've done what he's told me to do, but I still hurt. Not as bad, but sinus infection, this kind, it's not fun. Like, for anybody who's ever been punched in the nose, I feel for you. I really feel for you. It's gotta suck. I've never been punched in the nose more than, like, say, my children or my husband in his sleep. Yeah, that happened. That was a thing. So, Anyway, I think I've gas bagged a whole heap. I'm pretty pumped for Christmas. My decorations are up. I hope you two are pumped for Christmas. Oh gosh, trying to get uncomfortable so I can shut this all down and get it uploaded to YouTube. So I hope you guys are all having like a stellar start to your week, and that last week was really awesome for you and you got some cross stitching done. And don't forget about the Secret Santa. Get in now before you forget, because once it's shut for entries. So get in on it, and I hope you have lots of fun stitching, and I will catch you on the flip side. See you guys.